Well, Schulte is in here today,
Yeah.
and he's a big Mariner guy. He's got his Mariner jersey on right now.
I think that's a pullover. I don't think that's a jersey.
Yeah, that's what like Dan Wilson wears.
Like a batting practice shell.
What Dan Wilson wears.
Yeah, I see him wearing this in the dugout. A listener on the fan text line a few months ago called it a muumuu. Was like, no, that is literally what the players and the coaches
it's
wear.
like I said, it's like a BP. It's a pregame sort of thing.
Well, look,
I
he
wish
has.
I were a baseball player.
He has Mariner gear on. Okay, he's a huge Mariner guy.
He wears a lot of Mariner gear, and now, I mean, they got the favorite for the damn MVP.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, but I want to talk about Ichiro. I just wonder, like,
That was cool.
what do you think about hosts based on the topic? The new fan, like the Fan Sports Network,
Yeah.
the Fan Global Sports Network. Like, if there's a football thing,
Yeah.
you're on.
Okay.
Like, it's a big football day,
Yeah.
Big Suke's hosting. If it's a big golf day, I'm hosting. If it's a big Mariner day, Schulte's hosting. Like, I was thinking
we
about
go
this.
to the bullpen. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about like sports radio per topic. It'd be great. I would rarely be on and make the same amount of money.
I hate to say this, but
fantastic.
Anytime you come up with an idea, it usually involves you working less.
You'd be on all the time.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to tell you, but
I immediately knew where you were going with that. Like you just
look. I looked over there and I saw Schulte and I thought, well, what a great day to have Schulte in here because we're talking about Ichiro. I would like to talk about Ichiro.
Yes. Which, by the way, that was a really cool moment.
It was. We'll get to it in a second. But if Buck were over there, you've got he's Oregon Ducks guy. He's San Francisco Giants guy. Like there's big duck. Like there's a duck topic I have in my notes. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow.
Sure.
Although Schulte's kind of a duck fan too, aren't you?
Die hard, yes. I had season tickets like from age 13 through 17. So
if I know three things about Schulte. One, Starbucks. Or not Starbucks, Dutch Brothers. Yeah, we got our iced coffee, and that man loves himself some Oregon Ducks, and he loves him some Seattle Mariners. Those are the two things with a side of McDonald's. That's my Schulte in there.
Sounds like we need more Schulte on the fan. That's what it sounds like.
Look at him.
I love that.
He's licking those chops right
Ducks and Mariners. Now we don't talk a lot of Mariners, but Ichiro worthy of discussion because one, I have some amazing numbers about Ichiro that we need to disseminate. And he was greatness.
Well, this is a big deal in my house because he's the first Japanese player in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. And so at my house and then in the Otasan family, this was a very, very big deal for a baseball crazed country. And so that was awesome.
He was the first. Yeah, it's like you forget about this now because of Shohei and
and there's been a lot that
all the different players, but he was the first Japanese-born position player in Major League Baseball history.
Yeah,
and he didn't get here until he was 27 years old. In Japan, he had won 7 straight batting titles. Yep. He had like 1,200 and some hits over there.
Well, had he
won the Triple Crown, he was hitting 350 for his career in Japan. And what I think is interesting, I was thinking about him today, and we'll play some audio for you in our next segment. But in the steroid era of home runs, Bonds and McGuire and Sosa and all those guys, his style when he came around in 2001 was quite questioned.
Yeah.
Right? He was a human hit machine, but we didn't know that. So the idea, other than his stats, but the idea of a contact slap hitter taking on major league pitching, he didn't get a lot of respect. He came over with a lot of hype, but I think there were a lot of people looking at him going,
He did win the MVP his first year.
Well, I know. Well, I'm saying before he got here. I think people looked at that and said they were skeptical.
Yeah.
They were like, you ain't going to hit 350 here. Well, dude, he might have had the best rookie season in the history of baseball.
Yep.
He won Rookie of the Year and MVP.
Yep.
And I saw a video today talking about Ichiro that he went 2 for his first 9 up in Seattle. Okay. So this is 2001. He had played 2 games. I think he went, I want to say 2 for 5 and 0 for 4. Okay.
Okay.
So he's 2 for 9. This is going to blow your mind. So at that point, people are looking at him and the way he's hitting, and they're like, I don't know. I mean, it's only 9 at bats.
Sure.
But people are like, this is exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
People like your brother.
This is what we do in baseball. Yeah, he was always critical of Ichiro.
He didn't like
Ichiro guy. No.
But from that point on, Ichiro would amass over 10,000 plate appearances. So he was 2 for his first 9. From that point on, he never fell below the batting average of 300 again.
Really?
Not one time. Is that nuts?
And he played for
His whole career.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1920. I mean, he played forever. That's insane.
That is insane.
I would have thought towards the end there with some of those seasons like with the Marlins or whatever, I would have thought he dipped.
You know how many pitches he saw where his career batting average was below 300?
I'm guessing
pitches.
I'm guessing not many.
Like 20?
Do you know this?
No, I don't, but it's a very low number.
The answer is 25.
25.
Good
Wow.
grief. That's silly. Absolutely silly.
Yet, I don't think he was as respected as he should have been.
Well, he wasn't because there two things. One, we don't respect contact hitters. We just don't. And he played on some bad Mariner teams. And the rub that you heard from some Mariner fans were they were talking about moving him down in the lineup and saying, hey, we don't need you to hit 320. We need you to hit 270 and hit 35 home runs and drive in runs. And supposedly he was not willing to change his approach. And so I think there was the idea that he was just a stat accumulator and really didn't do a whole lot to help the team. And that was, I'm not saying any of that was true. I just think that was the notion that was out there with some Mariner fans. It's like, dude, we suck. I'm glad that you went 2 for 4 and you had 2 singles. And then what the hell does that do for us? I think that was the knock on him.
Well, we're talking about Ichiro because he was enshrined into the Hall of Fame yesterday. We have a little bit of audio from his speech, which was great. Good little speech out of Ichi.
Yeah, you don't, he supposedly always spoke very solid English. He just used an interpreter a lot. And a lot of people do. They don't want to get misquoted or misinterpreted. And it was also kind of a quiet, shy guy. But I think that was by far the longest I've ever heard him speak in English. And I thought he did an amazing job and showed some humor and some wit. And and he's a handsome devil too. I'm just a big Ichiro guy. I thought that whole thing was just a class act all the way.
Here's about a minute and a half from his speech.
People often measure me by my records. 3,000 hits, 10 gold gloves, 10 seasons of 200 hits. Not bad, huh? Baseball taught me what it means to be a professional, and I believe that is the main reason I am here today. Not because my skills are better than others. 3,000 hits or 262 hits in one season are achievements recognized by the writers. Well, all but one of you. And by the way, the offer for that writer to have dinner at my home has now expired. Going into America's Baseball Hall of Fame was never my goal. I didn't even know there was one until I visited Cooperstown for the first time in 2001. But being here today sure feels like a fantastic dream. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good. I don't think I've ever really heard him talk.
No, you can find some clips of him speaking in English, but
the rat's butt in a wool sock clip.
Yeah.
And then I think he gave at the Mariners Hall of Fame induction a speech in English as well. That's maybe 5 or 6 minutes long.
But
so
that's
it.
Yeah, and I just thought this was the humor. I loved if you don't know what he's talking about there, he was one shy away from being the second player with Mo Rivera to be unanimous into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 1 vote shy.
1 vote shy.
Yeah.
One writer.
So did you think he really invited that writer to dinner?
I think so. I think that
Hell
was one.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to sit down. Well, I would love to know who that is that
Me too.
that looked at Ichiro and went, no, not a first ballot. But there's always that one guy that's like, well, if so and so wasn't a first ballot, or if so and so wasn't unanimous, then Ichiro shouldn't be unanimous either. Which I just don't get me started on that.
What do you think dinner at Ichiro's house would be like?
I don't know. I mean, I guess supposedly behind the closed doors, he's a different person than what is out there.
That'd be kind of fun.
I would absolutely love that.
Well, I thought it was interesting. He said, baseball taught me what it meant to be a pro, be professional.
Yeah.
And he said it's not that. He says people think it's my skills that got me to the Hall of Fame. No, it was how to be a professional, which I think is a great. That's a great comment.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of young people, it's like, look, you can have all the skills in the world. And of course, Ichiro does. But he's saying, hey, my routine and how I went about my business being a professional is why I'm here, more so than my skills. And I think that's a lot of Hall of Famers.
Yeah. And I just, the best way to put it, there's a little bit like, we were talking about this. I'm trying to remember who it was. We talked about it was Frankie Lindor. That was talking about this at the All-Star game. He said, I'm not motivated, I'm disciplined, because motivation wanes and discipline does not. And you mentioned, Ichiro saying it taught him how to be a pro. That might be the most professional baseball player of all time, right? Like, his preparation is legendary. The stretching, the pregame stuff, he's
like Tom Brady levels.
Yes, he was robotic. And who was it? Dilfer that talked to us about the Brady thing. He said Brady will share his program with anyone that wants him to. It's just that no one's willing to do it. And Ichiro has that. And there's a reason why that guy played forever. And by the way, still, he has that same routine now. It's kind of sad, but he still does all that stuff, even though he's been retired for years and years. And I do think that there is a lot to learn from that, for young players. If you had to have, a player coming up and whether it's a high school, college, Major League Baseball, if you had to say if you want the best possible chance to be successful, and you had to take one guy's advice, one guy's routine, wouldn't you pick Ichiro's?
Are you talking just baseball?
Just baseball.
Yeah, boy. Ooh.
Where are you going? Where are you going to find someone that has that level of dedication? Now, it's kind of psychotic and it's probably not healthy for you.
But the discipline, too.
Yes, the discipline.
That would be hard. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody that would rival him in that regard. And it was cool that he said that. He was like, look, I was a pro. That's what got me here, not my skills. Anyway, we also got a new drop out of that.
We did.
Sukanic.
What do we got?
Expired.
That is good.
Expired.
And I contend that, I always dislike Pete Rose and I like Ichiro, so I am probably biased. But because Pete Rose was always pretty sensy about Ichiro, because Pete Rose was a whiny.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
Fat,
I agree with you on this.
He was also kind of racist.
Oh yeah, and he would call him the hit queen or whatever. Get out of here with that. Ichiro played 7 seasons in the Nippon League before coming over?
Started at age 19.
At 19. So he played 7 seasons and was, 200 hits every year, came in. And so for anyone that is doubting, because if you add his hits from that league with Major League Baseball, he is the hit king. And no one's trying to say that the Japanese league is equal to Major League Baseball. But he needed 1,500 fewer plate appearances to get to Rose's hit total. 1,500. And don't give me this crap that Ichiro couldn't come into Major League Baseball. He came into Major League Baseball in that first year at 242 hits and then proceeded to reel off 9 more 200 hit seasons.
He got 3,000 hits just here.
Just here. Yes. So
I don't know how many people know that. I think that the thing that follows him is just that, it's combined with Japan hits, so it's not as great. Dude, take Japan out of it. He got 3,000 hits here, and he didn't debut here until he was 27.
Yes. So if he had just had average seasons for him for those first 7 years, he surpasses Pete Rose. Dude, that Ichiro is the great. If we're saying hit king, there has never been a better singles contact hitter than Ichiro Suzuki.
Yeah,
He's the best.
We've never seen anything like him. I've got a few numbers.
Like you mentioned, 10 gold gloves.